Thanks to the support as a channel member, P-Dubs FM. Well, after what can only be described as a frustrating transfer window, we now go into the start of our first full season at Preston with a kind of new look team, but still some money to spend with the transfer deadline day looming. Hello, welcome to Club 2, Part 7 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first game of the new Championship season. We're away against Stoke. That's the same Stoke that Micah Beereth signed for in the summer, the player that we really wanted to sign and couldn't. We also have, I think I'll probably play the first round of the Moose Cup off camera, and we'll do Sheffield Wednesday in the league as well. If you missed the transfer special the other day, then you missed us selling Ali McCann for a club record £9.75 million and then really struggling to reinvest it. We got a free transfer, a midfielder for less than £1 million and 2 loans. And we hardly have any left because the rest of it went on wage budget because several players took big pay rises. Most notable was Adam Eder, who is now earning double what new signing Harvey White is earning on £35,500 a week. If he picks up an injury, we're ruined. We're basically banking on this guy scoring a goal for every £1,000 a week that we pay him this season, or else we have a problem. But without further ado, let's get into the first game of the new season against Stoke with our new look team. And that has new goalkeeper Nichols in goal, a back four of Beck, new boy Pascozzi alongside O'Brien and Fredericks, Whiteman at the base of the midfield with Potts, and new boy Harvey White in midfield, and then Woodburn with another new signing, Chong on the right, and Adam Eder up front on his own. This is the system that we were using towards the end of last season, and it was working really well. What I haven't done is set up my set piece takers, so let's just quick pick these just so that we've got some set piece takers. We'll do it properly off camera, and I mean, it'll probably be largely like this, but we'll give it a little bit of a tweak if needs be, but that's probably okay. I think we have our corner instructions and everything on there. We do. We are good to go. Let's go beat Stoke. I bet they don't even play Beereth. He'll be on their bench. Although, to be fair, if we'd have signed him, he'd have been on our bench as well, because we weren't going to be dropping Adam Eder off the back of that massive new contract. There is Micah Beereth down on the bench. Look, we've mentioned him enough times now to guarantee that he is going to score against us. But this is our first big test. I think that this team is good enough for a comfortable mid-table finish. I don't think we should be in a relegation battle this season. I think as we are, we're good enough for mid-table. And if we can bring in the right players, we've still got a couple of loan slots. We've still got money to bring in deadline day bargains. If we can bring in 3 or 4 really high quality players, I think we've got an outside chance of being able to push for the playoffs. But really, we'll just be happy with mid-table this year. The board just want us to avoid relegation. In my mind, I'm thinking somewhere from like 10th to 14th. Just a nice, comfortable season that we'll probably race through in 3 or 4 episodes because not a lot is happening. That'd be perfect. Just a nice way to establish ourselves, re-establish ourselves, I guess, as a mid-table championship club. Give us a platform to build on for next season when we can have a push. It's a longer-term project because of how difficult it's been to get rid of the likes of Fredericks and Potts, who are earning a lot of money and are old. But all of the remaining old players are out of contract next summer. So we'll be able to finish the big rebuild then. We've scored a goal. O'Brien puts us 1-0 up and then dances off into the corner and does a lovely little dance. It's a Woodburn in-swinger from this left-hand side to the far post where O'Brien is lurking, and he scores 1-0. And I mean, if I were you, Stoke, I'd be looking to bring Micah Beereth on sometime around about now, because he is guaranteed to score, because I've mentioned him so many times. Stoke haven't even had a shot yet. We've started this game very well, and Ryan Fredericks demonstrating why we're keen to get rid of him with a poor header, but Nichols demonstrating why he's going to be such an important signing for us, because he actually did some goalkeeping. Eder keeps the ball well, plays it to Woodburn, who plays Chong in, and Chong, with his first game back in the Championship in 2 years, because Birmingham have been down in League One for the last couple of years, but Chong back at Championship level. Harvey White was also playing for Birmingham in League One with him last year, so we're looking for both of those boys to take a step up, and Pascozzi has just handled the ball from the corner and taken, disassembled a particularly promising set-piece move that we had up and running there. Look at those match stats. I don't understand what's going on. Micah Beer, if we'll be watching this, wondering if he can sneak onto our team bus and come back with us after all. So we're so much better than Stoke. The problem is, of course, there were plenty of times last season when we were this good against opposition teams and we just weren't clinical enough in front of goal despite having Ida, and we were a little bit too porous at the back. And this is a like I say, a big early test. We've played brilliantly that first half, but we are only 1-0 up. If we don't come away from this with a win, then there's the worry that some of last season's same old issues are still going to be in place for us this year. And nobody wants that. Look at us. We're almost in the automatic promotion spots. What a thing that would be. Imagine if we ended this episode in an automatic promotion spot. Micah Beereth is on, everybody. Alert. Micah Beereth is on. That goal is going to be coming very soon. White turns, plays it forward to Woodburn, who finds Ida. Chong is ahead of him if he can find him, but plays it all the way back to O'Brien. And now Fredericks looking for the overlap on this right-hand side. Does really well to go past his man. Now he just needs to find Ida with the cross. In fact, tucks it into Potts. Potts, I mean, the only man who possibly could have been stood there was you, Potts. That's where you were supposed to be standing. And now O'Brien's got himself sent off and it's all going wrong. And it all stems back to why not just cross when you had the opportunity to just do a cross? We're down to 10 men. Not ideal at all. Potts is going to be the one who makes way. We're going to bring new boy Jamie Rocker on to play at centre-back. And Whiteman will just move forward there into midfield. And we'll drop Harvey White back a little bit as well. And we'll do that. That seems like the sensible thing to do in the circumstances. I don't actually know if Rocker's any good as a centre-back. And we brought him in to play in midfield, but he does have the ability to play at centre-back as well. And he looks like he's got all of the necessary component parts, although he really wants to be a ball-playing defender. So who am I to tell him he can't be a ball-playing defender? It's nice to have some ball-playing in the team. I don't think we're going to make any changes. I'm trying to show that I've learned from last season and making too many changes too early in a game, especially when we're winning, let teams back into matches. So we're going to, unless someone's playing really badly, or we need to change things up tactically, or someone's really tired or injured, I'm going to try and not just throw 5 substitutions on at 70 minutes this season, because the temptation is too strong. I've gone too long not having 5 substitutions available to me, and I did get a little bit giddy with it at points last season. Right, Pascozzi playing it forward to Beck, who is now, without question, the first choice left back. He was kind of rotating in that role last year with the lad we had on loan from Manchester City. That's another really terrible pass. Rocker doing very well to win the ball back, though. But we're looking like we're combusting in this second half. We played really well first half. We are now struggling, especially down to 10 men. And Woodburn turns nicely, plays it back to White. White, ball over the top to Chong. Can he find Ida in the middle? Chong plays it across to Ida, who just doesn't get anything behind it. He just needs to kick that really hard. It ends up in the back of the net, and we're having a lovely old time. But he just sort of side-footed it. It was a nothing touch. Right, Whiteman. He's going to come off. We're going to bring on Jordan Story for him. Move Rocker forward into midfield. Story can just be a normal defender. And then I'm looking at Adam Ida and thinking he's not playing very well. So I think it's probably time for our 18-year-old record signing to come on and make his debut. Dominic Sunjic. Let's have a look to see if he's as good as I hope he's going to be. It would be very nice if he is. I think I'm also going to bring on Moritz Schaefer at left back as well. With Beck starting to tire. And we've still got 1 substitution available, though. I didn't do 5 at 70 minutes. We have now done 4 by 80. That's fine. You're allowed to use them all. I don't think the only way we've really weakened ourselves is Sunjic on for Ida, but Sunjic could end up better than Ida one day. Who knows? There is Sunjic, not able to win his header, and White, I mean, trying to win it back in midfield, but not really able to do it. And Stoker coming at us again here. There will be people questioning why we're still on an attacking instruction. The reason is I like attacking. It's as simple as that. This system always seems to work better when we're on an attacking instruction. We've now given away a penalty. I mean, we played so well, and then we've done everything in our power to let Stoke back into this match in this second half. It is last season all over again. We go down to 10 men. We give away a penalty. We usually only do one or the other. The fact we've done the 2 for today really makes me feel good when you look at those match stats and see how well we've played. to come away without the 3 points, potentially without any points, because Stoke are going to go and grab a winner now, and I'm going to end up vomiting. We're going to bring on Darlington for the last 5 minutes just to get some more energy into that defence. He's probably better than Fredericks anyway. I think Darlington probably needs to start a bit more often this season. But that is definitely 2 points dropped rather than 1.1, even though it was a match you probably would have expected us to lose based on last season. Promising signs, but also the same old worrying nonsense. There's still things to work on. Well, thanks to a very late goal, our reserve team managed to get past Birmingham in the Moose Cup. I mean, there's your verification. It was very much a backup side. So actually, I'm pretty happy that we were able to beat Birmingham with that team. Birmingham are currently in the relegation zone in League One. It's not that exciting. But Sheffield Wednesday at home, I think they were in League One last year. They were not. They finished 14th. I was thinking this was going to be one that we could win. We might still win. We're going back to our first team for this one, of course. Nichols in goal. We're trying Schaefer as the starter at left-back here. He played at centre-back against Birmingham and, of course, came on at left-back in the first league game of the season. But he starts at left-back. Then Pascozzi, O'Brien and Fredericks. Whiteman at the base of midfield. White and Rocker in midfield. And I think this is pretty much my nailed-on front three for the time being. Woodburn, Eder and Chong. Chong was this close to scoring an absolute beauty of a free kick against Birmingham. But unfortunately, it was not to be on his first return to St Andrews since leaving for us on a free transfer in the summer. Let's get the league table back on. If we can pick up a win here, a win of any description, I'll consider this a very positive start to the season. I am a little bit concerned that, I mean, we showed it against Birmingham as well. We are still a little bit leaky defensively, and that's something we need to deal with. Fredericks has done brilliantly here. Fredericks charging down that right-hand side and crosses to Rocker, who is playing as an attacking central midfielder for the first time for us. Having come on at centre-back in the last game, he's quite the utility man, and that's great work from Fredericks. So shrugs off one challenge, uses his 34-year-old pace to get past the next guy, and it's a perfect cross to Rocker bursting out of central midfield. How big is he? 6'3". I mean, having him as 6'3", playing as that Mazzala bursting forward could be quite handy for situations like that. We're yet to see a goal this season for Adam Eder. He had 2 identical goals disallowed against Birmingham. Both were shots from range, and he tapped in the rebounds, and they were both offside. So he's due his goal, but Jake O'Brien has just got his second goal of the season. We've got a goal a game centre-back. He's gone from villain last year to goal-scoring hero for us early on this year. 2-0 already. It looks like the set pieces are working again because the corners, I think both goals against Birmingham were from corners. We've grabbed a corner there. We are a big bunch of boys who are very good in the air, apparently, which we're definitely going to be capitalising on that over the course of this season. Pascozzi, by the way, if you recall, was on loan at Sheffield Wednesday last season from Newcastle. So similar to how Stoke stole Micah Beerith from out from under our noses. Not that we ever had him on loan, so it's not really similar. But Pascozzi, I guess, could have signed for Sheffield Wednesday, but instead has come here and is now a starter for us. So hopefully they're going to be really sad about it. Look, there he is. Be sad. Look how good he is. Right, Schaefer to Whiteman, and now Rocker and White in midfield. Look at us, keeping the ball. This is what vertical tiki-taka is supposed to look like. Oh, look at this. It's beautiful football. Fredericks charging forward on the right again. Beats that man. That left back is just getting ruined today by Fredericks. And Ben Woodburn at the far post grabs his first goal of the season. Ryan Fredericks, after spending all summer on the transfer list, is, he's like a new signing. He is absolutely ruining this left back. He's got a little bit more license to get a little bit further forward than he has done previously because we've got Chong cutting in to create space for him. Both of our wide players are playing as inverted wingers, and Fredericks is absolutely loving the extra space. And poor old Borthwick Jackson at left back for Sheffield Wednesday might as well just pack up and go home. It's 3-0 to Preston. We're having a very pleasant afternoon currently. This is the start of the season we were looking for. Surely we can't throw this one away from here. We're going to go for number 4 before half time. Rocker back to Whiteman, who plays it into Adam Eder, who still hasn't scored yet this season. Eder with the cross to Rocker, and he's grabbed his second of the game. It's 4-0. I actually questioned whether to play him as the Mazzala today, because I had a little bit of look. I mean, it was a toss-up between him and Harvey White, who both would rather be playing as a playmaker. We still don't really have the guy who would be the Mazzala in this system. And Rocker, because he only has 6 finishing, I was a little bit wary of doing it. But who needs finishing when you've got 16 jumping reach and you're bursting into the penalty area and getting on the end of crosses? 2 goals, both from headers. It's 4-0 to Preston. This is what I am talking about, boys and girls. We want 5. Just keep doing goals. Adam Eder still hasn't scored. He's got to be due a goal. He was doing a goal a game nearly for the second half of last season. Pascozzi definitely knows he's made the right choice, signing for us and not them. And that was just an aimless ball forward. But their goalkeeper out in the middle of nowhere, and Eder not really alert enough to close him down there. Schaefer, 6'6", remember as well. Schaefer at fullback. There's been a theme amongst our signings over the course of the summer. We've got a lot of big boys. And Nichols, continuing in the tradition of goalkeepers before him, deciding that even though it looks like we're going to have a comfortable win today, we're not paying out any clean sheet bonuses. Clean sheet bonuses are for rich clubs. We're not a rich club, even though we've currently got £20 million in the bank off the back of a number of player sales. Who'd have thought I'd come into a club with a £5 million balance and leave them with £20 million in after a few months? After 2 transfer windows, we've got £15 million more than we had to begin with. I am a changed man, boys and girls. I've just seen we've scored 4 goals on an XG of 0.6. Perhaps we don't get too carried away with this one, because everything seems to be going our way today, as Rocker, coming forward again, gives it to Eder. Eder playing it into Rocker on a hat-trick, and Jamie Rocher, we still don't know, has a hat-trick on his first start for the club, playing in a position I never dreamed of playing him in when we brought him in. We might have our new Mazzala, boys and girls. Remember, though, with a pinch of salt, the last man to score a hat-trick for us was Bambo Diaby, who barely played afterwards. So it's not necessarily a guarantee of future greatness, but goodness me, is it a good start to do it on your debut? It took Diaby 6 years at the club before he grabbed his first 3 goals all in one go. 5-1 as we approach the hour mark, and we're starting to have a look down at the bench, thinking in terms of substitutions. We've got the likes of Darlington, Hudson, Suwanrat, Sunjic, all our teenage superstars. We need to start getting some of them on for some game time. Woodburn trying to grab himself another goal. And I think we're just going to make a couple of early changes. We're not going to do loads. But I think in the circumstances, we need to get a couple of these guys on just to get some game time into. And there's no reason for Fredericks to still be on the pitch. He's been great. I think he's 34. He's done his job today. He's done an hour. He's been fantastic. Give Darlington half an hour. See if he can have the same kind of fun. And Eder is in here, shrugs off the tackle, and Adam Eder finally has his first goal of the season after several disallowed efforts. He is off the mark, and that's going to be the first of many this year. It's Preston 6, Sheffield Wednesday 1. The LOLLUJO era in the northwest of England has finally begun. I feel like this is the moment where this section of non-league legend this year really begins. For the first time, this feels like my team playing my way. Ooh, this is some good stuff. Sheffield Wednesday are probably going to get relegated this year. They must be rubbish for us to be battering them to the extent that we're battering them. But I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it while it's happening. And they're coming at us again here. So we need to be careful that we don't let these sloppy goals in. More sloppy goals. We can't even just thump a team without conceding a couple of sloppy goals, although that one has been disallowed, so we're not going to get too down on that one. They've only had 2 shots on target in the entire match. Does that one that was disallowed count as one of them? Have they had it in the back of the net from both of their shots? Beck is not available to come on because he took a knock, I think, in the game against Birmingham, so we'll leave Schaefer on. I think what I am going to do is take off Woodburn and... Oh, we don't have... I thought we had... Oh, I've already brought Hudson on. I was looking for Hudson on the bench. He's already on the pitch. So Hudson's going to go over to that side. And then we're going to bring Sunjic on on that side, who had a very good game, by the way, playing. He started as the box-to-box midfielder against Birmingham, finished the match as the Mezzala, and was probably the best player on the pitch coming out of midfield. So he has a future for us in midfield, potentially. But we'll just do that change for now, and then we'll do our final couple with 10 minutes to go. And I just want to get the youngsters on, get as much game time into these young players as possible. Right, 10 minutes left. I think we're going to take off O'Brien because he's tiring, and then we're going to bring on Suanrat for 4-4-4-4. We're going to bring one for Rocker. So we'll put Sunjic back there. Suanrat can go out there. And we'll do that for the final 10 minutes. We're going to drop some praise because we've played very well today as we look for number 7. Hudson swings it in. Stories hit the crossbar. We nearly grabbed our 7th goal of the afternoon. What a performance this has been. If we can do this every week, we are going to be absolutely fine this season. 4th in the league after 2 games. 3rd in the league after 2 games. Premier League, here we come. Maybe. Might be getting slightly ahead of myself there, but that was a very good performance. Right, we will be back tomorrow, probably just shortly after the transfer deadline day, because I expect business to be done. If we do business, we'll come back for Wrexham and Luton. If we don't do anything, we'll probably wait until the end of September to come back. But there's money burning a hole in my pocket, and it would be very unlike me not to spend it by deadline day. So we're probably going to be showing you some more transfers tomorrow, and hopefully a team comfortably in the top half of the table. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.